Hello, my name is Mysterious Cameraman, and today I'll be watching Spider-Man Lotus, the Spider-Man Lotus trailer at 0.25x speed, and talking about some details that I found at that slow, and also some predictions I have. This has taken multiple weeks to make, so I hope you enjoy the trailer. This was a fanfic made by G.J. Knopp, so it's a very good trailer, and I hope you watch it. Please watch the trailer if you haven't already, because then you won't understand this. If you have seen the trailer, you will know this takes place after Gwen Stacy's death, and Spider-Man has to juggle the fact that how to deal with the fact that they are dead. He also has to juggle with the fact that there is a fan who admires Spider-Man and has a terminal disease, so he has to also look at that as well. Here are some of the details I found in the Spider-Man Lotus full trailer. Number 1. There is a TV in Peter's eye. In the opening scene of the trailer, which is very violent, you can see there's a lot of blood, it's dark, it looks like a big fight. But when you see Peter's eye, it actually looks like there's a TV in it. What this could mean, I have no idea, but I think it's a very interesting and cool detail, the fact that there is a TV. Of course, this could be fake, and this could be misleading the fans, but at the same time, I think this is actually a very real and interesting detail, which could impact the entire film. This is probably meant to be misleading, put in the trailer, but I do really enjoy that attention to detail. Number 2. The newspaper that Harry Osborn is reading is the Daily Bugle. In this next scene that is 20 seconds away, you can see that the newspaper that Harry Osborn is reading is the Daily Bugle. This isn't that hidden of a detail, and it's very easy to spot, but the reason, it's also not that important, but the reason I'm putting this in is because I think it's very interesting how, even though this is a fanfic, and it wasn't associated with Marvel or Sony or anything, it still has some things from the real universe, including the Daily Bugle. And I think that's really interesting to show how much attention to detail the CG and people who made that newspaper really showed. Number 3. The picture of Gwen and Peter is on a bridge. This is the biggest detail I found in the entire trailer, and this is the picture of Gwen and Peter. And you could probably say it's just a picture that he's looking at. But the thing is this is actually on a bridge, and you can see it's elevated off the ground, and it looks like it's either a crane or a bridge, but you can see a lot of things under them. And I think I don't think this is foreshadowing her death, but I think it's a very cool detail how it is placed on a bridge in that setting. It could have been anywhere, like a grassland or a desert or whatever, but I think they chose the bridge because that's where Gwen Stacy ultimately died. Number 4. When Spider-Man is at Gwen Stacy's grave, her dad's grave is next to hers. You can see that next to Gwen Stacy's grave, her dad's is there. Again, this isn't that much, this is very close to attention to detail, but this is probably not affecting the film. But the reason I really like this detail is because of the amount of detail they put in. As a lot of the graves, you can't really read what's on it, but the 2 graves they chose are the one of Gwen and her dad, which they didn't have to do. So that's really good attention to detail that they didn't have to put in, which just makes you have to respect more how much time they put into this film. Number 5. Mysterio as a hero on wall. This is probably the scene with the most details, but I chose the one I like the best. This is the few seconds where you can see this wall full of Daily Bugle newspapers. And one of the newspapers you can see is Mysterio Hero on wall. This is a very cool detail because Mysterio isn't a hero, but this also ties into the Marvel timeline, which is cool because this, I think at least, this takes place during the Amazing Spider-Man timeline, but this actually also ties into that one. So, now we have details from 2 of the 3 Spider-Man timelines, we just don't have one from the original trilogy. So I'm excited to see if there are any details from the original trilogy in the actual film itself. But I think that's really good attention to detail. Finally, number 6, the Green Goblin revealed. Of course, this is a very basic detail, but throughout the trailer you can see that whenever Harry Osborn is spotted, there is some sort of green near them. And this takes place in this one scene where there's green confetti falling around him. I think this is a very good detail because this is a very difficult thing to pull off, having you put him in a party because, again, he's a drug addict in this universe thing. But to have that attention to detail with the green confetti, it just foreshadows more that it is the Green Goblin, especially with that final sequence having the Green Goblin laugh. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'm sorry this isn't as long as some of my other videos, but I spent a lot of time on it to get you the best details of Spider-Man Lotus. See you in the next one, and maybe the next breakdown. Bye.